All right, we are now at the superintendent update. Dr. Swift.
Thank you, Madam President and trustees and members of the community. We're excited to be moving through February, really, and to have January behind us. We are with our students and staff in the in-school learning, participating together in learning during the day and after-school activities. Trustees, you've already received the reports, but we are seeing remarkably strong attendance in person this week, averaging 92.6% on the days Monday through Wednesday, with students reporting to in-school learning. And more than half of our schools achieved above a 95% attendance rate today. So that's just a highlight. When you read the national headlines that students are struggling across the country and families with strong school attendance because of all of the impact of the COVID pandemic, I'm just grateful, very grateful for the efforts of our parents, our students, our teachers and staff to persevere and to have a good February in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. This is National School Counselor Recognition. I hope that we are grateful to and express our appreciation of our counselors all year round. But trustees, each February we have the opportunity to give special note to our Ann Arbor Public Schools counselors, to express our appreciation for the tremendous role they play in supporting our students. That role has become even more important during these 2 years of the COVID pandemic. School counselors, you may know, are certified, experienced professional educators with a master's degree in school counseling. They are driven by a calling and a passion to serve students and their families. Their commitment, their training, and their experience make them a key part of our total educational program. The theme for this year's School Counseling Week is School Counseling Better Together. We are better together. And we're better because our counselors are connecting students and teachers, administrators, parents, and community groups. And they are an integral part of the strong team. And we're all focused on reducing barriers to learning and supporting our students through the challenges they face so that they can have the best educational experience possible. So as superintendent of schools, on behalf of the entire Ann Arbor Public Schools team, alongside our Board of Education, we express our deep appreciation this evening to all Ann Arbor Public Schools counselors. We honor them for their commitment, their professionalism, their dedication to children. School counselors fill a vital role in our education process and help our students grow to meet the challenges of their future. We've been enjoying a great start to Black History Month. This is the first full week of February, and our activities are well in progress. Trustees, as is usual throughout Black History Month, I'll be highlighting and spotlighting different schools each week, and we do that on Twitter, we do that on Facebook and social media, and we also do it here in the Superintendent's Report. Tonight's highlight is Skyline Black History Month. Black History Month at Skyline has lots of activities and events. Students are focused and learning in the classroom. This year, the African American Humanities class presents Brave and Enough, a celebration of the contributions of people from the African diaspora. It is our 10th anniversary of the Skyline show, and it features dance, music, skits, history, and art, all referencing the theme. There will be two performances, one during school, and then one special evening performance for guests of the performers. The title of the show is Brave Enough, will be offered on Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. In addition to the show, and trustees, we will work to get some of those students in the past. They've presented part of that here for us. And I'll do my best to get us a video clip or some Zoom activity so that you're able to see some of those programs from this month. We also look forward to celebrations and announcements and NAAPID parent involvement on February 14th on Monday, and other small events across Skyline. The Skyline lesson at Skytime on Wednesday, February 16th will be devoted to celebrating Black History Month, and that lesson for next Wednesday was created by the Black Student Union at Skyline. So I would love to drop in and be a part of learning alongside in that lesson that was student created. On Monday, we look forward to NAAPID, that is National African American Parent Involvement Day. Trustees, as you well know, and I believe this is the 28th year. I'm looking across at some knowledgeable trustees. I need to double check that. But many years that we've celebrated this. It's coming up on Monday, February 14th. Our school teams have been busy planning, and there will be parent engagement, student and community engagement in every single one of our AAPS schools. Those activities will be offered virtually this year. We're really excited to share the activities with our community. For those who may not know about NAAPID, it was launched by our own Mr. Joe Doolin back in 1995, and this day observes National African American Parent Involvement Day. It was inspired by the Million Man March and Mr. Doolin's attendance at that event. This observance was created to encourage parents to begin practicing the goals of NAAPID. And in my written update Monday, I'll share all of those goals. We'll summarize this evening by saying it's about connecting students and parents, school teams, and community. It is a wonderful event. And trustees, I know you're looking forward, as I am, to dropping in on some of those and enjoying them virtually. I wanted to give a staffing and operations update. And trustees, I know that you share our gratitude to our parents, to our school teams, to our students, for all of the effort that's been given to navigate an Omicron surge during late December and January that has just been tremendously challenging for our system. So I wanted to come this evening with an update on where we are today. We've learned, trustees, you know well, we don't predict the future when it comes to COVID, but this update is our state as of this evening, as of today. All of our efforts to support and improve staffing across our schools over previous months, in combination with declining cases right now among staff and students since the January high, these things have helped us to stabilize our day-to-day staffing across our school teams. School leaders and the school teams working alongside human resource and our leadership team, every day we continue to work together to fill in the gaps. So we are mobilizing staff to areas where there are gaps in order to fulfill that goal of keeping every school open for in-person learning every day. As we have since last August, and particularly as we have over recent months, we will continue to monitor this staffing. Trustees, I continue to receive real-time updates from my team, literally hour by hour through the day. So we're not looking away from that effort. That effort will continue to be necessary as we move forward through February. That more positive and stabilized report refers, for the most part, to our school teams. I do have to share very frankly, very transparently, as we always want to do, that our challenges continue with our operations support teams. Transportation, custodial, food and nutrition support. We continue to run 20 to 30% short-staffed As of 2 days ago, for example, our custodial team is down 37 out of a little fewer than 100 staff members. So we are running significantly short. Our hiring efforts have generated new members joining the team, and we're very grateful for that. And yet the turnover continues. Human Resources is planning another of our virtual job fairs, and we're so excited that the turnout for these is really strong. There's the flyer, February 23rd, 2022, and that's from 3 to 6 p.m. Members from across the team will be supporting. It takes a village, and we have a lot of good support to get into that virtual fair and make sure everyone who shows up gets an interview, gets a personal contact right on the Zoom when they arrive. I want to give a focused transportation update. Not only will the parents of Bus 150, Ms. Fortunato, who's here with us tonight, is one of those. Not only will those parents, but all of our transported parents will receive this update tomorrow, along with our sincere apologies for the challenges that we have faced. But I want to give an accounting of where we are tonight. We continue to experience a shortage of bus drivers due to COVID impact. We greatly appreciate the efforts of those drivers and aides who are working every day. They're taking on extra duties, extra routes, in order for us to be able to continue transportation at the level that we're at for our students each day. So this week, while we have added drivers, I'm excited about that, we still remain about 20%, approximately 20 of 100 round numbers, drivers short-staffed. In reviewing the number of drivers in the pipeline to be hired and the number that we anticipate returning from any sort of leave, it is clear that although we are improving week by week, we are projecting that it will likely continue through March, that we will have some level of route reductions. Now, I do want to point out that each week, those route reductions are reducing. So here is our status for next week. Next week, we will be operating 84 of our 96 routes. So we're at about 87% that are running each day. And that includes all of our special education and all of our preschool routes. The temporary route reduction is a decision that we've been forced to make as a result of COVID impact and resulting inadequate staffing available among our transportation teams. So we will be sharing detailed emails with our parents tomorrow. So this is not an announcement. I'm just sharing an update. We will be continuing some of the temporary reductions for another week. And we will also be able to restore a few of the routes, very few, that are currently suspended. As planned, we will continue to rotate the impact so that it is true that it is a small group of parents and that folks are sharing that reduction as we move through the remainder of February and March. We hope it's a shorter time than that, trustees, but we want to be very frank, and we've actually reviewed the files and projected the return dates. So we feel that we need to be looking at February, March. I want to give some specific steps that we are taking with transportation. One is to ensure real-time communication, to ensure that any parent who has a concern is able to make a call and get someone to pick up the phone. Beginning Monday, Durham will have a dedicated individual set aside to respond live to the transportation phone line during transport times. That will be 8 hours each day, 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. and 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. We will share more specific information, the phone number, and how to make sure that we're clear on where parents should call if they have a question. We've also set up a similar helpline for our administrators. Ms. Fortunato mentioned that the principal emailed, and the truth is, on some days in the past when our team has all been out driving, it's hard even sometimes for those of us on the team to get the information. So we're going to fix that. That is not acceptable, and we will fix that. We will continue to work, trustees, to realign the compensation for our transportation team, most especially our drivers. We have had signing bonuses on since last summer. We are realigning those a little bit around the details to make them even more attractive. We have also implemented, very similar to what we did for substitute teachers last November, is we've implemented a winter road driving enhancement, that incentives that will apply during February and March for those drivers who are able to fulfill 5 days of driving each week. So we have implemented and continue to realign those compensation enhancements. We are also working to further enhance the hourly pay rate. Trustees, you are aware that the AAATA has experienced reductions. So we knew at that point that the competition, it's already tough and it's getting tougher for good drivers. So we will continue to work through that process. Thirdly, our Durham management team members, not the dedicated person on the phone line, I want to be clear, but the management team members will continue to jump in and drive on every day that we run shorter than anticipated. They have been doing that since the end of August. They will continue to do that in order to keep as many buses as possible on the roads to support our students, to consistently be reliable and support our students and families each day. Our desired outcome is that the steps that we're implementing, and you know, trustees, we've ratcheted up all the steps that we're taking week by week and month by month throughout this year, with that desired outcome of a full transportation experience, including lower absentee rates, fewer route suspensions in the future, and ensure solid, real-time communications for our parents and families, administrators during the transport hours of the day. We will continue to evaluate the effectiveness of the incentives. Trustees, I try to report to you every week on exactly where we are. I will continue to do that until we're fully restored. We will continue to watch over this day by day, and I'll update you as needed. I want to give a quick community ed and recreation update. The winter season of youth and adult lifelong learning classes is underway. Just so you're aware, trustees, about 900 K-5 students are currently enrolled in after-school classes. The Michigan State University Extension program, Jump Into Food and Fitness, started on January 22nd, and that is part of the extended day programming, aftercare programming at Pittsfield Elementary. This free program will run on Tuesdays through February 22nd. Rec and Ed continues, and we're supporting them with vigorous hiring efforts for several hourly positions in their area, including trustees' extended day program, both care and classes, as well as across all of their team sports. Trustees, I appreciate the opportunity to share the superintendent's update, appreciate the support of our students, parents and families, and our staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Swift, for that update.